Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brewmaster here with another great ale review. Tonight I have something from a fairly new brewery. They brewed their first beer in 2010. This one is from Sunken City Brewing Company. It's an India Pale Ale called Red Clay IPA. Pretty interesting can. I'll read you a little bit about their story. Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia is known as the jewel of the Blue Ridge Mountains. This 40-mile long beautiful lake with 500 miles of pristine shoreline was originally dammed up and flooded in 1963 to generate electricity. Nearly 300 feet down lies roads, bridges, churches, and ghost-like imagery of a turbulent history between land and business owners and the authority that flooded their sacred ground. A once incorporated town now serves as a submerged relic for 22,000 residents and thousands of visitors each year who enjoy the lake's incredible beauty and recreation. Crack open a can of Red Clay IPA and celebrate the spirit of the Sunken City. Red Clay IPA is a magnificent mix of heady malt, gusto, intertwined with a formidable combination of American hops. It is good. Jeremy Kirby, Brewmaster, and Jerome Parnell III, the founder. This one comes in at 7.0 ABV. Let's see, like I said, they brewed their first beer in 2010, and it was called Damn Lager, the brand's original brew. And then it was produced at Roanoke Brewery until moving back home, which is a brewery that opened right by the lake. It's an 8,800 square foot brewery located at Westlake Town Center. It costs more than $2 million to build and consists of a brew house, a fermentation area, a canning room, a tap room, and an outdoor beer garden. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. This particular beer uses, let's see, it is 7 different types of malt to give it the strong and complex malt flavor. And it doesn't really say how many hops. So I'm kind of rambling. But this is a new brewery I have never tried before. This will be the very first beer from them. Like I said, pretty cool picture. Sink a few right on top from the Sunken City Brewing Company. Let's get a pour and see what this one looks like. The date was on the top of one of the cans. It's in the fridge. It's just a few days over a month ago it was canned, so that is pretty awesome and fresh. Liking the color already. I don't know if I would quite put this in the standards of a double IPA or an Imperial IPA, but the color matches what normal Dippas look like. A nice thick finger of a off-white, light khaki, very dense head, lots of carbonation. I don't know if you can see those bubbles streaming up. There's a bunch of them. Now this does have an etching in the bottom, so that it helps with head retention, so that's some of what you see. Nice, very clear, so I think this is definitely a filtered beer. Very dark golden color. Let's get a nose and see what this one smells like. Oh wow. There's a lot of citrusy, maybe grapefruit. There's grapefruit. There's definitely that tang of like some earthy, herbal, sort of an earthy hop. Maybe some tangerine, a light citrus smell like tangerine. A little bit of a softer, sort of a caramel aroma from the malt. Let's get a taste and see what this one tastes like, guys. I'm pretty excited. It smells really good. Well, I don't get a lot of the citrusy or grapefruit flavor. It's more fairly bitter, not sweet at all. enough to counteract the bitterness, so it's nice and drinkable, but Not a noticeable sweetness. More very, very earthy. A really dank, bitter, earthy. A little bit herbal hop taste coming through. You get a little bit of that light roasted biscuit sort of a taste. I don't know if you can see that, but lacing seems really nice. This one is just I don't know, it's not super complex, but it hits all the right notes. It's just really almost in your face bitter. 66 IBUs is not super bitter, but almost that in your face bitter that a lot of doubles have. It's really nice and bitter, as much as you would want in a regular India Pale. Really herby, or earthy, herbal, very dank hop flavor. Very light sweetness. It hits all the points I would want for when you think of a classic IPA. This is pretty much it. So even though it's brewed on the East Coast, I think it's more of a West Coast flavor profile. Maybe some Cascade. Cascade hops. I would be willing to bet there's Cascade in here. All in all, it's very good. I hope to try some more from these guys. I think they only have 3 beers right now, which is the Red Clay. Well, let me see. What do they have? So far, they've got the Dam Lager, the Red Clay IPA, and their Steamboat beer, which is a California Common style ale. I think they occasionally brew a brown ale also, but it's not a finished product yet. They're not completely done with the recipe. Excuse me. But so far, it seems like they might just be a good brewery. I have one more I can get from down at the store where I shop. They had one more selection, so I'll get that soon and hopefully put a review up. And that'll be something a little more to judge by, at least 2 beers from them. All in all, very good. I'd have to rate this at a pretty strong 82, 84. A nice solid B. Good beer. I've been Brewmaster. You guys have a great night, and cheers.